up, guys? JaretCampisi here, back with another episode of the Carbon Panigale series. If you don't know what that is, that's where we take a beautiful 1299, we customize it with the support of our patrons, and then we give the bike away when we're done. If it's something that you would like to be interested in being a part of, be entered to win this bike, head on over to patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It'll always be the first link in the description below. In today's episode, we are taking the bike over to our local Ducati shop, Koups Ducati. Oh God, yeah. And they're going to be installing a super lightweight chain and sprocket on this motorcycle, and I am super excited. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. So in case some of you guys are wondering, you know, why aren't you guys installing the chain and sprocket yourself? We just did not have the tools to do it, and instead of just purchasing all the tools and hoping that they got here in time, we decided, you know what, I'm just going to take it to Ducati. They have our local Ducati dealer, Koups, has some great technicians, same people who put the wheels on for us. I'd rather just have them do it, and then, you know, we don't have to worry about it. Also, guys, we've only got 3, including this one, we have 3 episodes left in this series. This series will be done by the end of May, and we will be choosing a winner in the first week of June. So if you're interested in being a part of this series and being entered to win this bike, now is the time. Make sure you get signed up, and somebody's going to win a bike that's probably worth $45,000 to $50,000 by the time we're done with it. So I just want to give you guys a small taste of how savage this bike is. Again, we've saved about 35 pounds off of this bike, which means it's probably weighing about 385 pounds, probably making around 190 horsepower to the wheel. Check this out. Absolute insanity, guys. Like, I literally struggle just to hold on to the bike. It's that ridiculous. God, that downshift. So, just like that, we have arrived at Koups Ducati, and God, the sound of this bike is just, I hope you guys can hear this bike. I hope it comes across, because it is just out of control. Alright, so we're in Koups Ducati. We're about to do a chain and sprocket, and before we did, I just wanted to show you the parts.
Heavy.
Don't you say that. These are lightweight, teens. It's a premium 3D. It's one of the strongest chains you can get. It's a 520 chain conversion. You don't have to take it out.
Oh, I'm going to take it out.
I guess she is taking it out.
I'm going to take it out real
But
slow.
520 chain conversions do really well. You can actually gain some horsepower.
It's like
And
gold.
yeah, black and gold. I tried to get as black as possible. This was the only one that they had.
As close as you can get.
Yeah, so it will add, I've seen up to 1 horsepower and a few foot-pounds of torque, which is really cool.
Lies. No.
Lies, no. Show the other sprockets. So we're doing super sprocks, lightweight front and rear sprocket. The front sprocket is in silver, you won't see that one. The rear sprocket is in black. And this is a stealth super sprock, and it's actually one of the lightest and strongest sprockets you can get on the market. So the way that they press these bonds in there, they're basically unbreakable, forged bonds. Very, very nice sprocket, and it's
so cool.
It's lighter than steel, but stronger than aluminum, so I'm really excited for that. Should save another pound or 2 off of the bike. And then while we're here, we're also gonna have them do the axle sliders. So we've got front and rear rizoma axle sliders.
Front.
There's the front. Again, I tried to get as black as possible, so we got black. This is basically the blackest ones they had.
Gray and black.
And then on the rear ones,
Brought to you
again,
by
Moto Million.
Moto Million.
For everything we're installing today will be linked in the description below as well. So that's the rear axle slider in black. Look at that. It's going to cover up the axle nut, and it's just going to look so good.
We're going to have Dotto actually custom make fabricate a
spool that fits in there.
Fits into this one since it's smaller.
Yep. And then what we'll do is we'll include that.
Same rear stand.
Yeah, we'll include that with the rear stand, the Pitbull rear stand, along with the new owner. That way they'll have drive side, front and or left and right spools that they can use.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's badass. Protect the axles as well. There you go. So I always like to check and see what their lineup's looking like. They still have that demo model special going on the 959, which is a crazy price. Again, this is Koups Ducati in Harrisburg. They've got a Super Sport, which is actually a really crazy price on that Super Sport. They've got a Super Sport S, and then they've got a bunch of scramblers, which look super badass. I love this one right here with the black and the yellow. And then they've got the Monster lineup. I believe these are 797s, and they got a bunch of demo model special guys going on right now, which is pretty awesome deals. So they got two 797s, white and black, and then they have 821s in red and that freaking Ducati yellow, which looks really badass, all blacked out. So Jeff is gonna be taking care of us today, and we're in good hands. I love to see that bike just rolling. Isn't it so light? It's ridiculous. It's out of control. Oh man. I love being able to come back in, see what goes on down here, so. This is where all the magic happens. So first thing we're doing is removing that lower fairing, and that should be enough for us to get to the front sprocket there. And then probably gonna have to remove some shift linkage stuff, and I think this is gonna take a little while. All right, so Jeff got the front sprocket cover off, had to take apart a bunch of stuff, and it looks like he's gonna have to take this entire piece off in order to get that front sprocket out of there. So that's it's gonna be a bitch. So Jeff just used an impact gun to get that 55 mil loose. I don't even want to talk to you guys about how long it took Dotto and I to get that loose with a breaker bar. It was literally like an hour. I was sitting on the bike, he was hanging off the bar. It was ridiculous. And then Jeff just did it in about 5 seconds. All right, so in order to get that front sprocket and chain loose, we basically had to get this entire assembly loose. So all of this is literally not connected, and then we'll just have to pull all of this out of the way once we break the chain and swap the sprockets. So Jeff is just keeping everything nice and clean, which we appreciate. And here we go. So he basically just took off, what, 2 of the nubs? Yep. And that allows you to press the chain off. There it is. Nice job. So Jeff is just pulling the chain out now, trying to keep it away from the carbon as much as possible. Probably should have done this before we put all the carbon on the bike, now that I think about it. And there goes Poopy chain, Poopy stock chain. All right, so we're just gonna slide off the rear sprocket, and that's gonna be replaced. There you go. Look at that bad boy. All right, so next he's starting to press out these what are they, bushings?
Yep, they're like a rubber bushing.
And then he said that absorbs some of the shock?
Some of the harsh shocks in the drivetrain.
Okay, and then you'll be swapping those over into the new sprocket. So now we're just sliding in the housing into the new sprocket. He put anti-seize on all of the parts there, and then he's just gonna pound it on in. Perfect. Sliding on the new sprocket. Oh, I love the black. It looks so much better. And the rizoma Axial Sliders will cover a lot of this as well, so you'll basically just see black on black, which is the theme we're going for if you haven't if you haven't realized it by now. All right, so we got the front and rear sprockets on. He's just gonna go ahead and start threading the chain through. And look at how sexy that chain looks with that sprocket. Oh, good golly, oh molly. All right, so we ran the chain through. That's how it looks, and God, it looks so, so nice. I love that chain. Good call on that, Manny. And then next thing he's gonna do is same thing, grind down some of those rivets, or I guess these right here, rivets, and then you'll be able to attach the chain?
Yep, I'll put the master link through and we'll rivet it on.
So there's the new master link, and then all Jeff's gonna do is just attach that right there, and off camera he already adjusted the chain all the way forward, or the sprocket. So basically what he'll do then is just move it back until we get it to the proper adjustment, and that's how we'll do the chain tension. All right, so first thing he's doing is pressing the new outer plate on, and then he will kind of rivet those things, give them that little touch that holds them on. Got it riveted down as well, and then he set the slack. He said he set it a little bit tight, just because a new chain will loosen up a little bit, especially with the amount of horsepower this thing has. So we'll keep an eye on it. Dado and I will check it in the future, but we're getting there. So we got the front sprocket cover back on. Had to take apart half the left side frame here, subframe, to do it. So if anyone's wondering, I would say don't do your own chain and sprockets on a 1299. The 959 is not so bad. This one is pretty intense. So just tightening stuff down. They got a nice digital torque wrench, which is super nice. And there it is, the green light. The lady showed up with food because I only had a bowl of cereal today.
I drove in traffic for him.
You did, thank you. What'd you get?
2 strawberry banana smoothies.
2 strawberry bananas?
One has a low-fat Greek yogurt, so I want to see if you can taste the difference.
Oh, okay. You don't know which one? And you got a salad and some snack wraps. Thanks, babe. All right, so slowly getting there. Jeff's getting everything put back together. He's doing a really good job. Got the lower body panel on. And next we're gonna do the rizoma Axial Sliders, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
All right, teens, what do you think of the new chain and sprocket?
It's nice.
You like it blacked out?
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Isn't that cool?
I was worried about the
gold. I think it looks nice, right? A little tiny bit of contrast. I dig it. And then once we put those Axial Sliders on there, it's gonna look really good. Yeah, I'll cover that up. So you approve?
Yeah, it looks good.
We don't have to take it back off, Jeff.
Huh?
We don't have to take it back off, she said.
I approve.
All right, sliding in the rizoma Axial Slider, which is gonna look so good. Look at that. That's pure sex right there. And then it's just got a little cover on this side, which helps black it out even more. So see how it just kind of slides over top of that? It looks so, so good. And then this will sit on top of that as well. So we're just tightening down the other side now. And it actually comes with a special tool that goes in there. Look at this. Only the Italians would design some crap like that. That's awesome. And then that's what you have to use to tighten it down. So I'll be sending that special tool along with the new owner. Dado's also gonna machine an actual screw, or a pin that goes in with a pit bull stand, and I'll be sending that along with the new owner as well. So Jeff just slid through the front Axial Sliders there. I actually tried to get all black, but this was the blackest that they came. So that's what we got. So he's just tightening those down, and again, these are gonna help protect the axles if anybody ever did wreck the bike, which would probably be about the last thing on your mind, but your axles will be protected. So there's the final product, guys. The lightweight chain and sprocket, 520 chain conversion, plus the rizoma rear axle sliders. Looks really, really nice. He did a great job, and the front as well. Looks super, super nice. So thank you so much, Jeff. We really appreciate it. You crushed it. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Jaret.
Yeah. All right, so chain and sprocket is on. Huge shout out to Jeff at Koups Ducati. He did a great job. He did a phenomenal job. He's a cool guy to hang out with. All those guys are really cool over there. So if you guys need anything done on your bikes as far as tune-ups or parts installed, definitely check out Koups Ducati. If you're local in the Harrisburg area, they do great work. They're a family-owned business, and they're all really cool guys. You know, it's a little bit more horsepower, a couple more foot-pounds of torque, shaving a couple more pounds, and it just keeps adding up, you know. So the bike just keeps feeling better and better. The tune is just getting better and better with the more miles that we put on it. And I gotta say, guys, this is one of the most fun bikes I've ever ridden. It's just, oh, it sounds absolutely insane. I hope you guys can hear the engine, the downshifts and everything. So, so good. It's so amazing. I just upshift and downshift just to hear what it sounds like. Listen to that. It's the little things in life, guys. All right, so Taco and Dad are gonna see the upgrades from today for the first time. So the 520 chain conversion, which is black and gold.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's a lighter, and also give you about maybe a 1 horsepower and a couple of foot-pounds of torque as well. Yep, that sprocket right there, the back sprocket, which is
pops.
lighter. Yep, and it's also lighter and stronger than the old sprocket. And then the front one's covered. You can't see that.
That's this one.
And then that's the stock one. That's the stock piece. And then this is the rizoma Axial Slider, which will protect the axle, and it also looks really good. You can see it on this side too. See that? Covers that
silver piece.
That silver nut, exactly. Yep. And then we also got front axle sliders from rizoma as well. Just a little pop of silver, which looks really nice.
Yes.
So that's what we did today.
This kind of matches this.
Oh yeah.
Like pops together.
It's getting there.
That's gone. That's gonna be good.
Once we black out the shock and add the carbon piece there, I think it's gonna look. It'll be done. You know, that'll be it. Let's see if it's in neutral.
Yes.
It is. All you have to do is press that button. Yep. Give it a little rev, Dad. Give it a little rev. How's it feel? Be careful, it's very sensitive. Yeah. How's that feel?
Oh man, come on.
It feels like a man's bike, huh?
Yeah, scary.
It wants to go.
Beautiful.
It wants to go.
Beautiful.
So there you go, guys. That's the end of this episode. Again, we only have 2 episodes left. So if you guys want to be entered to win this motorcycle, head on over to Patreon page. It'll always be linked in the description below. If you want any of the parts that we put on this episode, they will also be linked in the description below. Shout out to our sponsor, Manny from Moto A Million. You can also use code Campisi to save yourself some money on anything you order through them. Also, shout out to Koups Ducati and Jeff for doing all the work. He did a phenomenal job. Very impressed with them. And couldn't be happier. So a little bit more to do to this bike, and then the series is going to be over, and we're going to be picking a winner first week in June. So I hope you guys are excited. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one.